legislation in Florida that could give hope to families of cold case murder victims.
The Decker-Backmann Act would actually require police departments to either bring cold cases up to standard or pass them over to the FDLE.
Local 10 crime specialist Bridget Matter sat down with the two families who inspired this legislation.
Marilyn Decker was 28 years old when she was violently murdered.
She didn't even get a chance to live.
It was 1987. Marilyn and her sister Gail Decker were as close as sisters could be. When Gail didn't hear from Marilyn, she knew something was wrong.
My father came to me one Friday evening, told me that she was found in a canal in Davie off of Flamingo Road, and she had been there for approximately 2 or 3 days.
In 1987, Marilyn was found floating in this Davie Canal, her body mutilated. Her case has stumped detectives and left her family devastated. Marilyn's parents died without ever knowing who killed their daughter, leaving Gail to advocate for her sister.
It just makes me very angry. How dare you take my sister away from me?
Bertha Hurtado with Davie Police began working the case in 2019.
When you open up a cold case, you have to go through every single item because it's a case that you've been unfamiliar with, and it's a case that has been stored for years.
Like Decker's family, more than 300 miles away, a Jacksonville family waiting for answers in Cliff Bachman's 2009 unsolved murder. Cliff was robbed and killed while working construction.
My dad lived long enough to call 911 and kind of give a brief description of the man that had just shot him.
His son, Ryan Bachman, created Project Cold Case, an organization aimed at serving the families of unsolved homicide victims. Bachman and Decker's cases are part of new cold case legislation, the Bachman-Decker Act.
A lot of times families of unsolved cases start to feel forgotten, like their loved one is forgotten and like nobody else cares. And that really bothered me because I remember that feeling.
If passed, the act would make it easier for families of cold case victims to have cases reinvestigated. According to Project Cold Case, there are at least 20,000 unsolved murders in Florida. Through the Decker-Backmann Act, families of unsolved murder victims whose cases are more than 5 years old can request investigators review the case and reinvestigate.
In the event the agency doesn't have enough manpower or financial backing, FDLE, which is the Florida Department of Law Enforcement, will take on the responsibility.
Agencies would have 18 months from the time of request to review.
It has been brought up to current investigative standards as of...
Bachman says his father's case is up to standard. He's hoping for a break through a tip or new technology. As for Decker's case, Gail has found faith in the two Davie police detectives dedicated to closing it.
The way I feel about it, they're the only two that really can do it because they're so involved with her case and they want to find out who did this to her.
There is DNA that can be tested for Decker. It could be what solves this almost 40-year mystery. Davie police are not saying publicly where they're at with the testing, but Gail says it's their best shot. Bridget Matter, Local 10 News.
If the legislation is passed, it would go into effect in July of next year.